Hello. In last lecture, you saw us creating a basic activity and an empty Android file. Now, we will go back and we will try to convert our Android application to display us a welcome message. We will then also see how to run this application on an emulator, which is a mechanism to run Android applications when you do not own a device, and also how to transfer this application to an actual mobile device. Now, let us get back to our Android Studio. While watching this video, I will advise you to open your Android development environment and start programming as you go through the video. If you face any problem in the steps shown in the video, please feel free to send a mail to the forum and I or one of my TA will answer it. Let us see. This is our applications that we were developing last time. You can see everything is same. Now, I want my application to display me a welcome message. I will do few things using the GUI and then I will also show you how to do that using the XML. So, number one, we want to display a welcome message, which is kind of a text. So, let me select among the text options. There are 4 text options that are given to me: plain text view, large text, medium text, small text. I will select large text and I want to display this large text in the middle of my Android screen. All I have to do is drag the large text and trying to drop it on my Android device here. Let me check. Okay. Yes. So, as you see that as I am bringing my large text to drop, my Android Studio is trying to help me by positioning the large text box. Currently, I am right in the middle of my Android device and this is the place where I want to display it. You can see dotted lines which are showing that I am right in the center. I drop my widget. My widget currently displays the default message of large text. A double click shows me all the properties and single click on my large text shows me how to modify it. Yes. So, as you see that now I can modify the text. I will modify it to a very simple welcome message. That is it. I have converted my message to a welcome message. Now, you can see that there is a small bulb that has shown up on my IDE. Let us see what is it. This is our Android Studio's way to help us in programming. Let me click on the bulb. My bulb shows a message which I will read to you. Hard coded string welcome should use @string resource, and it shows a code which starts with I18N. This message essentially is telling me that if I use the welcome as I have used here, this will be considered a hard coded string. And tomorrow, suppose I want to display the same applications in Hindi, where welcome means Swagatam, I will have a problem and I will have to change my program code. Instead, a better approach is to use a variable which is currently assigned the value welcome, and later on we can only change that value of the variable to another value. That we already know is a very good practice for programming, and this is what my Android Studio is asking me to do. So, let us make that change. I have clicked on the message. Let me go back. Let me just show it to you again. My Android Studio shows me multiple options. One is to fix this error by setting up a string resource, and then there are other options such as disabling the inspection, suppress the warning, etc. We will go with fixing the error. So, I click on the first action and it opens. Now, it is telling me that what should be my resource name. And it is suggesting me that my resource name can be welcome. but because I know that this is going to be a resource of type string, I will change my resource name to welcome string. After that, I will press OK. Now you know that it is showing that there is a rendering problem, could not resolve resource at string / welcome string. Let us not worry about it for the time being. I will update it, hopefully the error will go away. If it does not, then we will try to make some changes and then see that how the error goes away. Currently, we are not worried about it. Now, let us see that where this string resource has gone. Can you make a guess? Earlier, I had told you a folder called res on your left side. Res, as told earlier, stands for resources and stores all the resources. In your program, besides the code, whatever you have is what we call a resource. So, a resource could be an image, a string, or any other thing. So, let us see. Again, we will go to the values, we will go to the strings.xml, and now you can see that there is another entry called welcome string. This is the entry that we created earlier. And what is the value of the welcome string? It is welcome that we set earlier. We save and we update, and we hope that our errors may have gone away, but it has not. So, let us just try to build our project. Now, you see that our Android Studio have correctly found our reference, and it is not showing any error anymore, and we can see a welcome message. You may also be seeing a hello world message on the very top. This is something which Android does automatically. We can remove it, but for the time being we are letting it to be where it is, and we are only concerned about the string that we have added. Now, our first program is almost complete. So, let us try to run it. When I try to run it, my Android Studio asks me what is my target. Is my target a real device or is my target an emulator? As you may see that I have already created an emulator. If you have not created an emulator, then both of the entries will be blank. There is nothing to worry about. You always have an option to create a new emulator. Let me create a new emulator. I will press and Android will give me multiple choices. You can see that I can create emulator for a TV, for a Wear device, for a phone, or for a tablet. Currently, we are only concerned about the phones. As you may see that it is also giving options of all the Nexus devices that have been released in past, and then some other form factor devices that are released by other manufacturers such as Samsung, HTC, or any other Android manufacturer. I can also create my own custom device. For the time being, we will just go with another Nexus device. So, we already have an emulator in this system for Nexus 6P. I am choosing an emulator for Nexus 4. Currently, I will go with all the default options. Please note that you can change any of these options and you can create your custom device. In fact, you can create a custom emulator for a device which may not yet exist and which you may want to build yourself. Android Studio gives us that choice. So, let us create an emulator for Nexus 4. I press next. I choose the SDK. You will get multiple options for here as well. Because I have only installed API level 23, it is only giving me that choice, but I can always download more SDKs and I can choose any SDK that I want. Essentially, Android Studio is very flexible in creating an emulator. You can choose the form factor of the device, you can choose the SDK that device is running. For us, that work is almost done. After that, the next screen shows us how we would like to name our emulator or our Android virtual device. I name it with the default name suggested by Android. The purpose is that it shows me what kind of device I am choosing and what is the API label on that device. You may want to change the name to something more familiar, such as my phone or Samsung phone or HTC phone. However, I prefer to choose it by the API name, because by that, just by looking at the emulator name, I know what kind of API I am deploying my application to. You can choose the orientation of portrait or landscape. Let us currently choose only the portrait. Then there are multiple other options are available. As you can see, I am not going to change anything from the default. There are also some advanced settings. You may click and you can see that yes, camera, network, graphics, everything is available for you to change and customize your device. For the timing, we will not change anything. We are just going with the default options and we will press finish. When I press finish, you can see that Android Studio has added a new entry into my available emulators. Now I have a Nexus 4 emulator and I have a Nexus 6P emulator. Let us choose Nexus 6P and let us press OK. The moment I press OK, Android Studio launches my Android emulator, as you can see on my screen, and very soon it will deploy the application that we have developed on my emulator. Let us wait. As you may see on your screen, it is currently equivalent to switching on your phone. The first time you start your emulator, it takes some time. You see the basic screen of Android that you see when you get your phone. Oops, we have got an error. Cannot launch LAVDI in emulator. Emulator warning. So apparently my tablet is not able to provide enough resources. Let's see. Hey, so this was just a warning. As you can see that now my application is deployed. You can read the welcome message that is coming. This is exactly how your application will look like when you run it on an Android device. So congratulations, you have created your first application and you have deployed it successfully on an Android emulator. We received some warning, but that did not affect our deployment. Now in the next step, I will connect my Android phone to my tablet and then we will try to deploy the same application on my Android phone.